If you got a leaky spigot, I'm going to show you how to fix that. There's a couple areas it can leak. One can be around this area right here. One can be around this top piece, kind of coming down, dripping here. In another place, it could actually be leaking behind here. And if that's the case, you probably want to replace it. Mine was leaking behind here, so I'm going to go ahead and replace it. But I'm going to show you how to fix the other two as well. So this top piece, if it's leaking from there, you just get some pliers, take that top piece off like that, and in there's going to be a plastic piece, and that would just unscrew. Inside the plastic piece it has a gasket, and that gasket usually just goes bad, so you would just take that down to your hardware store, get a new one, screw it back on, put the top cap back on. Now another place it can leak is around here, and if that's leaking, you just want to get a wrench basically and tighten that until it stops leaking. Like I said, the third place is behind to where you would most likely want to replace this. Now I'm going to replace mine with an anti-siphon frost-free Silcock, and it's made by SharkBite. These SharkBites, you don't need really any tools whatsoever. They just slide on to the PEX pipe, which I have here, and that's it. First thing I'm going to do in my basement, in this case, is shut off the water. You can see that's directly connected to my PEX pipe, which leads outside. I'm going to go back outside, turn on the faucet just to relieve any pressure. So this pipe actually runs from my basement up to under my kitchen sink and out to the spigot outside. And here is the PEX pipe, and I'm going to take some PVC cutters and I'm going to cut that flush. Once you remove the screws from the outside, which I've already done, this part can slide all the way out. Here's my old one, and I can install the new one. So I'm back inside now, and I'm going to just simply make the connection. I'm just going to put the PEX pipe into here, push it down all the way, and I'm good to go. Go ahead, turn on the water, back downstairs. So before I actually screw it back onto the outside wall, I'm just going to kind of scrape this old caulk off. And I'll use some new caulk and just caulk around it and then screw it down. We're good to go. Now we're going to go ahead and add a new hose to the other side of the house. And the SharkBite also sell these connectors too, where you just pop in the PEX and no tools needed. So I have a galvanized pipe downstairs, so I'm going to go 3/4 to 1/2 inch PEX, and then I just have an elbow here and a straight connector there, and that should do it. So here's the north side of the wall, and this is the old water pipe that went out and it ran underground and came up. I ran it over with the lawnmower. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove this pipe. I'm actually just going to cut it here, and then I'm going to put that PEX connector where it goes 3/4 and just run the PEX along here and then out through the side of the wall. Got an angle grinder here. There might be some water in here, but I do have a shutoff valve right here, so it's already off. And I'm just going to go ahead and cut this. All right, so they do make SharkBite fittings. I need to go 1/2 inch to, I'll do the 1/2 inch for the PEX pipe that I'm putting on there, but they were out of them at the hardware store, so I just got this here, and I'm just gonna put this in. It's a coupler that goes to 3/4, and then I'll be able to use the 3/4 back to 1/2 inch. But usually you wouldn't have to do that. And I'll also mention, if you do have copper pipes, that it even works better. You cut the copper and they make a SharkBite fitting that you just slide right onto the copper pipe, and then it converts right to the hex pipe, and you just push it in You don't even got to screw nothing in. You don't got to do any soldering. It works really good. But I got galvanized here, so we'll go ahead and just use some Teflon tape and get that inserted. Here I have one of the 90-degree PEX connectors. You can kind of look in there. Basically works like one of those Chinese finger traps. You stick your finger in here and it doesn't come out. So I'll take my hex pipe and work it so it's completely in there, and I'll connect it back up here now. So I'm using a 1 1/8 inch bit to drill a hole through here, and I'm going to run the drill in reverse. That way I don't chew up the siding. All right, so this is where it came through at. That's about where I was trying to go. And now I just have to run the PEX pipe with the elbow connectors and connect it from there.